you've ever had to ship a large item or cargo, you may have wondered what it would take to become a freight broker. Freight brokers are responsible for arranging the transport of goods and materials for their clients. They work with transportation companies to get their customers the best rates and delivery options. If you're interested in becoming a freight broker, keep watching to learn more about this career. Freight Brokerage 101. A freight broker is an intermediary in transport, which means the broker is not owed or liable for the shipment. Instead of selling freight broker services, shipping companies can use logistic expertise to connect shipping firms that can ship freight. Because of the explosion in e-commerce, the freight industry is a critical player. It assists shippers in navigating complex information about suitable carriers for the right price. In addition, freight brokers help carriers keep fleets running at a high level by finding the loads to move. The freight brokerage industry is one of the best sources of work-from-home opportunities and logistics. So what is it that a freight broker actually does? To start, they connect shippers with carriers and negotiate rates on behalf of their customers. They find shipping costs by researching various modes of transportation and choosing what works best for each shipment or client. They also work with freight forwarders to coordinate shipping schedules and negotiate rates. How do freight brokers make money? Brokerage is done with commissions. The typical shipping company makes up 25% to 35% of shipments. The truck broker may negotiate with the carrier and ship it at $5,000. They then work for an automobile company and complete their cargo at $4,000. The freight broker would then receive the $1,000 bonus for facilitating the transport from start to finish. How do I become a freight broker? Becoming a freight broker can be very attractive to people interested in logistics. Freight brokers are necessary services by forging links with shippers and carriers to aid in the movement of shipments across the United States. As e-commerce continues to grow, logistics services are expected to be highly favored. Many people choose to train for freight brokers through freight brokers programs. This course is available throughout America, and several offer fully online options. If you're interested in becoming a freight broker, start by researching local brokerage firms in your area to understand better about what they do and what qualifications they look for in potential candidate. From there, you can work on building the skills and knowledge required to become a successful freight broker, including solid communication skills, an understanding of logistics and shipping trends, and the ability to negotiate rates and expedite shipments. How does a freight broker work? This demand has been partly driven by e-commerce, accelerating growth in e-commerce and primarily in the freight sector. Consequently, they are highly sought after due to being an indispensable part of the transport. Freight brokers are intermediaries. They are neither the owners nor the cargo owners. Also, freight brokers use their expertise to aid both parties in success. The broker earns money through their participation in the shipping process. In the supply chain, brokers act as a connection between shippers and carriers. They operate as an intermediary, helping match supply with demand to ensure that goods are delivered efficiently and at the lowest cost possible. Typically, freight brokers work with shipments of large volumes and require very little time to analyze a customer's transport needs and the best course of action to meet those needs. Understanding their role in the shipping industry. Understanding freight brokers is essential when looking for an industry license. The shipping industry contains thousands of pieces. Trucks, ships, and other vehicles must be coordinated in every day's time to move goods across the United States. They help transporters safely and quickly. The brokerage provides transportation services and support to shippers to get the goods safely back to their destination. There are also agricultural truck broker services, which mainly move agricultural goods between farm sites and other destinations. How do freight brokers operate? Freight brokers make a living from calculating the difference between the cost of transporting freight and the price. The freight dealer then negotiates with the customer. These differences are called spread. During the period, the freight broker is credited the earnings on his spread after deduction of the operating expenses for his business. Interested to find out how much do logistics jobs pay? Check out our previous video. Freight broker versus freight forwarder. While the above discussed freight broker functions as the intermediary between shippers and carriers, freight forwarding takes the matter further. It is a physical possession, and it doesn't belong back to its customers yet. A trucking firm then assembles and organizes cargo to make shipping easier. These carriers can carry a number of small packages from different shipping companies together in a single larger shipment. Freight forwarders and brokers are two different things, but both play a critical role in the shipping industry. In contrast, freight forwarders take a more hands-on approach, physically transporting goods from one location to another. Keeping an eye on your shipment is essential when transporting goods. It is immensely helpful if you are in the transportation industry as it helps you stay up to date on the location, condition, and other details of the truck driver at all times. Out of the many tracking tools out there is one that we wholeheartedly recommend. Affiliate disclaimer: Frate Chain is supported by our viewers. When you purchase through links on our site, we may earn an affiliate commission that helps keep our website and its content. Thank you. Learn more. Motive has everything you need to ensure your delivery goes off without any hitches. With their easy-to-use app, drivers can track hours and get an inspection report on the go, which means no more wasted time or stressed-out customers. Check out Motive today. If you want to learn more about other interesting careers in logistics, check out our previous video. Why do businesses use freight brokers? Why do companies hire a freight broker to handle freight shipping? It is because of one advantage that specialized freight brokerage offers. This advantage is the excellent experience and knowledge that freight brokers have to ensure that your shipment is transported with little to no delays with excellent customer service. Freight brokers also offer other important advantages for businesses that rely on the timely movement of goods. Motor carrier service providers that work exclusively with freight brokers can often offer more flexible delivery options at better rates, as they don't have the same limitations and restrictions on what goods they can ship. Another important advantage of using a freight broker is access to specialized transportation resources. These include warehouse networks, cargo insurance, and truckload or less than truckload services. Ultimately, working with a freight broker can help businesses reduce costs and improve efficiency in their supply chain operation. To learn more about other helpful services for your business, check out our previous video. Skills that a freight broker needs. Generally speaking, freight brokers need to have the following skills and characteristics. Freight brokers need to have the ability to adapt to fast-changing circumstances. They must be highly skilled. It includes providing assistance not only to the client and vendor but also helping customers in the event of any mishaps or misunderstanding. Shipping operations often require the trucking broker to build or manage relationships with customers, vendors, and carriers. In addition to these skills, freight brokers also need strong analytical abilities and good communication and organizational skills. It is important for brokers to be able to juggle multiple tasks at once and work under pressure. What is a good freight broker? Shipping freight can be a complex and stressful process, so it is important to work with a reputable freight broker who can help you navigate the logistics of shipping goods. There are many different factors that go into choosing a good freight broker, including experience and knowledge in the industry, as well as ability to deliver on what they promise. A good freight broker should have extensive experience in the logistics and supply chain industry and be able to provide reliable service. Additionally, a good broker should offer competitive pricing for their services and advise on the most cost-effective shipping methods. Final thoughts. Freight brokers are vital members of the shipping process. They handle the intricacies of the business and work to ensure that everything runs smoothly. While the job may be easy, it requires great skill and knowledge. Brokers must adapt to changing circumstances, communicate effectively, and be organized. They also need strong analytical abilities and good problem-solving skills. These skills allow them to manage multiple tasks simultaneously and work under pressure. In addition, a freight broker must have a working knowledge of logistics and supply chain management. These skills are necessary for the shipping process to be moving without any issues. Whether you want to become a freight broker yourself or need to work with one, it is important to recognize their critical role in shipping. Thank you so much for watching. Disclaimer: Frate Chain provides educational content only. It should not be taken as professional advice. You should always consult a freight shipping expert before making any decisions.